we're joined by University of Kentucky, and we'll stay with the format. We'll have a statement from Coach Calipari, and then we'll go to the student athletes, and when we have no more questions for the student athletes, we'll stay with Coach Cal. So, John?
This is a team that I'm really proud to be coaching. Young team, but you're also seeing 3 seniors up here who carried their weight, took over this team when they needed to, were able to step back and when they needed to. Servant leaders, all 3 of them, have had a big impact on the year, and it's just fun to see young guys come together with veterans and figure it out together, and this team is slowly becoming that team.
Okay, questions for the student athletes? Raise your hand. We'll get a mic to you. Anyone? Right here.
Jim Ozarski with the Cincinnati Enquirer. And maybe Michael or Dominique might be able to speak to this, but Coach Brannon, coming from Alabama, I know he's kind of in charge of some perimeter play out there. Just kind of curious, as you look at NKU and their guard play, perimeter play, do you see some things from your history and looking back, a style of play, I guess, if you will, or how do you kind of see their guard play coming from their coach on down?
Michael?
We haven't watched a whole lot of film. Talented team from what we have seen throughout the year. Team that we respect. They're in our state, and it's great to be able to play them in our first game of the tournament. But they look like a talented team, and we're excited for tomorrow.
Dominique?
Yeah, like Mike said, we didn't watch a lot of film on them, though, but we're definitely going to respect their guards. They got great guards, athletic, can get to the rim, and we're just really excited to be able to play an in-state team, and hopefully it'll be a great game.
Can I just say something? We spend a lot of time on ourselves right now, and the stuff that they've watched has been personnel tape. We do all that stuff, and they'll watch 15, 20 minutes of tape on everybody we play. So that, please don't take it as disrespect. That's not, it's just how we do this.
Right here.
Questions for Michael and Coach, too. Michael, I think there's 26 Canadian guys in the tournament. Just what does that say about the level of Canadian basketball? And I think the last Canadian guy to win a title was Kyle Wiltshire with Kentucky, if I'm not mistaken. And also, Coach, if you could just kind of add what you've seen coming out of Canada.
Michael?
It's a special thing. For me personally, I take a lot of pride in that. Canadian basketball, it seems to be on the uprise. I was fortunate enough to be a teammate and close friend with Jamal last year, and to be able to share that experience with him coming from the same area, it's really special to us. We take a lot of pride in it, a lot of pride in our country, and to see Canadian basketball kind of growing and a lot more Canadians coming through the NCAA and into the NBA and stuff like that, it's really great to see.
John, on Canadian basketball?
Well, first, when he had senior night, we sang the Canadian national anthem, which was really neat, by the way. It was really neat. But I love Toronto. So if there are any players in Toronto, I will go up there myself to recruit them, because I think that's one of the great cities in the world.
Right here. For the players.
Derek, I'm Jerry Eves, WKJK. Your improved defense the last 10 games has been remarkable. Why? More concentration? Where did it come from?
Derek?
I think it's just it's coming down to the postseason. I want to crack down on a lot of things. Try and limit the defensive lapses that I would have. In like the earlier part of the season, even towards the middle. So kind of have a little bit more sense of urgency this time of the year, and it's kind of our last go around. So, like I said, just want to limit all those lapses and make the most out of the games and carry on with the experience that we have. Take it from
And now
the
tell them
past
the
games.
truth. You got engaged, and your fiance said, you better start guarding people. And all of a sudden, he's gotten better.
I'm trying to do stuff. I don't know. Ever since I got engaged, I've been playing a lot better, and we've been winning. So, hopefully it keeps going.
Right here in front.
Dominique, what has this ride been like for you from high school to now, having a chance to help Kentucky pursue another national championship, and just all the opportunities you've had with this team?
Question for Dominique.
It's been unbelievable. This season it's definitely been my best season, and with a group of guys that actually wants me to be successful. And that's what motivates me because my teammates want me to do good. I want to do good for them. And I also know I got the whole state of Kentucky behind me. I'm a Kentucky kid, and everybody's rooting for me to do good.
Right here.
Steve Jones from the Courier Journal. Dominic, what were your memories playing against Levon Holland from in the state championship game? And I think you were AAU teammates with him as well. Just thoughts on him and your memories of that awesome game that you guys had.
Question for Dominique.
Yeah, I remember a lot about that game. I know Levon, like you said, he was on my AAU team. He's a great player. I don't remember much about state, though, but I just remember our last shot is what I remember right now, and us winning.
Questions for the fellas? Anything else? Right here. Mm-hmm.
Derek, what do you tell the young guys, as they prepare to, get into the NCAA tournament, all of the hoopla, the media, and everything that comes with that, to stay focused? What do you tell them?
For Derek.
A lot of it's just kind of leading by example. A lot of, the games we've been in, especially with SEC tournament, I feel like that was, definitely a good learning experience for us, just being in that kind of environment leading into this weekend. So just being out there, staying calm. I've been there and, past seasons, whether I was playing or not, I like at least got to watch it. And then with last year, I had a little bit of experience with, the rounds we made it in. So, like I said, just having that past experience, I think, kind of gives me a little edge over the freshmen. But, then again, we're all helping each other out. So, yeah.
Anything else for the players? Thanks, fellas.
Thanks,
See you tomorrow. We'll continue with, for Coach. Right here.
Coach, you all have been able to win games without Monk taking it over in the second half, like midway of the season. What's been the reason for that, and do you think that's one of the reasons you have a chance to go far in this tournament?
Well, Jerry, there's a couple things that have happened. Early in the year, we didn't know who we were. We were just flying up and down the court. Other teams didn't know who we were. And as the season went on, you had teams that said one thing: you're not letting them run. So we had to learn to play in the half court. We had to learn to grind it out. Bad shots lead to bad defense. Like, well, you're not guarding. Well, you take a bad shot, it's a breakout layup. The second thing that happened is we got down 18, 19, 17 different games and came back and won and learned we could do it. But we also got up 20, 22, 23, and look around, it's a three-point game. So there were so many things that we had to learn. The other side of it is we learned to win with Malik going 1 for 10, 2 for 10. He learned to play going 2 for 10. You're not going to go 2 for 20. Go 2 for 10 and rebound the ball, defend, do other things to help us win. We learned to play without De'Aaron Fox. I believe we beat Florida without De'Aaron Fox. We learned to win without Isaiah Briscoe because Dominic played so well. We learned to play either with Wenyen, go small, go big. So this has been one of those experiences. It's always a process with us because they're new teams. We have the youngest team in this tournament. And so it takes time to really figure things out and learn. But we've learned to win a lot of different ways.
Over here.
So I'll just reiterate the question, Coach. What have you maybe seen now from John and what he likes to do? Have you seen
I have watched the tape, okay? So the games that I've seen, they're tournament games, the UIC game, they run their stuff. They have a 5-man that could shoot threes. Their guards are not afraid. They'll shoot threes. They'll fly up and down the court. They run good stuff in the half court. They space the court. Their pick and roll stuff is good. Their man-to-man is more of a, let's make sure you're going to take a tough shot. We're going to rebound and run. They do play a 2-3 zone. I've seen a little bit of 1-3-1. We're in good out-of-bounds plays on the baseline. I mean, John's done a heck of a job, and they've won 25 games. I mean, this is a legitimately good team. And again, I'm just hearing scores. I really won't watch games, but I'm hearing scores, 2-point game, 1-point game. If you expect in this tournament to try to bury somebody, it's hard. It's hard. You're just trying to say, let's play as well as we can play. Teams this year, many teams had house money against us. Not supposed to win. They're not expected to win. we were expected to win. They're throwing balls, shooting bank shots, hook shots, runners, balls going in. Who is that guy? He just made 3 threes. Those are his first 3 threes of the season. That's his first. I mean, that kind of stuff. So you got to come in this, let's worry about us. Let's play with energy, knowing this team is good enough, Northern, to beat us. Let's be at our best and see what happens.
Right over here, Andy.
John, you've been the overwhelming favorite when you guys were undefeated coming in here to like this year where you're one of a collection of teams that certainly could win it. What's more challenging?
Well, I'd like to be undefeated coming into this again. That would have been better. But, you know, it's every year you come in, it's different. I mean, I remember when we won our conference tournament by 25, and our reward was to have to play Ohio State as the 1-1 seed. And if you're lucky enough to beat them, beat North Carolina with 7 pros, good luck to you. Have fun. And Brandon Knight made a shot at the buzzer to beat Ohio State, and we ended up in the Final Four. I can remember when we were seeded 8. And we ended up having to play Wichita State, who was undefeated. And then all of a sudden, Aaron Harrison's bombing balls at the buzzer, and we marched to the final game of the season. So we've seen, I've been doing this 30 years now. You know, you may not know this. I'm not the 32-year-old coach anymore. So, you know, you just go in with an open mind about every game. And for us, I'm not having this. I have a different team every time we walk into this thing. So I don't know what to expect other than try to get my guys in a good frame of mind. Don't be afraid to lose. Don't be afraid to miss shots. Don't be afraid to be aggressive. Go for it. Play to win. Don't think of anything else. Forget about score. Just keep playing to win. If that's not good enough, it's been a heck of a season.
Right here.
John, has this team turned out to be deeper than you envisioned back in October? And if so, why? And how does that impact going forward?
It's turned out to be deeper because our seniors have really played well. So now Dom, Michael, and Derek, along with freshmen, Wenyan and Isaac need to step up a little bit. And all these guys, I said, do what you do, just be a little bit better right now. Do what you do and try to do it for 40 minutes. Your whole day should be on preparing to play great for 40 minutes. If you hit your C game, you're not A. You're A game, you're in that zone. You're making everything. You're running them. Now you're in the C game. You know you're not at your best. Make easy plays. Don't try to lose your mind. Just make the easiest play you can make easy shots you can make, and then get on to the next game. So these kids, I think because we have seniors who have been experienced, it makes us a different team, a deeper team.
Right here.
John, what is your expectation for Bam, you know, in this tournament? I mean, what are you looking for him to do, accomplish?
Well, it's really funny. I've had big guys that none of them were 5s. Carl's not a 5. He's a double-double machine in the NBA right now. The reason is he's mad he didn't make the All-Star game, so now he's trying to take it out on everybody. But neither is Anthony Davis, neither is DeMarcus Cousins. I mean, Bam is not a 5. But the way we're playing him, he's given us post presence, but he can shoot. I'll do a drill today. He's going to be shooting 3s, so everybody can see. I didn't know he could do that. Well, you didn't know Anthony could do it, and you didn't know Carl could do it because I didn't let him do it. But they're doing okay. And I think here's a guy that can guard 5 positions. He can make free throws. He can guard pick and roll. He can play in pick and roll, and he can space the court because he's skilled. 6'10", 6'9", 6'10", in there. A beast, head on the rim, and guard 5 positions. Value. I mean, that's a kid that goes in and has an impact because of that.
Go back in the corner over here.
Ken Spencer, WHAS 11 in Louisville, Cal. What's your take on Tom Crean being out at Indiana?
Just disappointed. Hard profession. I mean, it's just disappointing. And, I feel for him and his family. I've been fired. I know what it's like. I know what it is to your family, your wife, your kids. They take it harder than you take it. And, 2 Big Ten titles the last 4 years, had injuries this year, beat North Carolina, beat Kansas, have injuries, stuff happens. But you know what? In this profession, you're hired and you're fired. That's the two things that happen. And you have to buy into that coming in. Whether I think it's right or not, you know, I'm just disappointed. I'm disappointed for him and his family. But let me say this. Someone will hire him because he's Tom Crean. He can coach. He works. Great integrity. So there'll be a job, and if he wants to take another job, he'll get it. And if not, he'll sit out and do what I did. I became the highest paid amateur golfer in the country for about 6 months.
Right here.
Coach, you mentioned obviously the difficulty of the profession on NKU's side, that to go from Division II to 1, what John's doing, 9 wins to flip that record to get here.
Do you know that, how about their facility, their arena? I mean, they have an arena that I walked in and I was like, what, wait a minute, what is this? And I'm looking around like they've done it right. Their campus, the community they're building, you know, they got Cincinnati right over the bridge, right around the corner from them. And what he's done, you know, it's an amazing thing. And that league is hard because Oakland, Valpo, you got tough teams in there that can play with anybody in the country. So I know the school's excited, and they should be. And, you know, I knew John when he was coaching at Alabama. And I knew what they did then and how good a coach he was. So, you know, they've done great. Good players, you know. Be interesting tomorrow at midnight when we start this game.
Right here, Andy.
John, Mick Cronin was a little critical of the pod system and the way things are going in terms of selling tickets. You guys in Louisville are here. Clearly it's going to be a great crowd, local teams. How do you feel about the way it's been structured the last couple of years to protect top seeds close to home?
Well, the biggest thing is they're starting to become more transparent. And you notice there was less glitches because they were just more transparent. And the more transparent, there are other things they can do to be even more transparent. The S-curve. Then move people around from the S-curve because of league. The top 4 seeds I'm talking about. League tournaments, before they start, make an announcement what they mean for every league. This is what league tournaments mean. Make that announcement. You can't have one team move and have another team not move who beat the 5th team in the country and the 3rd team in the country, and they stay in one team. You can't. Tell us all what it means. The more transparency, this thing is even going to get better. I thought they did the best job of seeding this year that I've seen in 8 years. And you're all amazed that I'm saying something nice about that committee. I'm just telling you, I watch closely, and I keep saying they were more transparent this year than they've ever been. And now let's go the full Monty. Just keep being more transparent because this is for these kids. This isn't for coaches. If the kids ever said we're not playing the games, you're not getting free meals. I mean, we're not coaching. ADs aren't in hotels. I mean, this is for them. And whatever we do, let's just keep that in mind. The timing of the games, the way, the transparency, not for coaches and ADs, for the players to see it so they understand why they got in and why they didn't, or why they moved and why they're playing who they are. It's about those kids. And I'm telling you, I think they're moving in the right direction. I think the committee is moving in the right direction. And I think if they keep being more transparent next year, there were 1 or 2 seeds everybody asked about. Think about it. Other years, there was uproars. This year, there wasn't. And next year, the year after, if there's more transparency, the thing will all be about the kids and the games and nothing about the selection, which is the way it should be.
Right here.
Yeah, Coach, I'm curious the response on your end about your podcast a season into it. Has it taken as much or more time than you thought it might to get guests and do this every week?
Does anybody, no, it takes me about 30 minutes a week. But does anybody know what a podcast is? Because I didn't know what it was. I never heard of a podcast. Anybody? I only did it because no other coaches are doing it. That was my question. Any other coaches doing podcasts? No, then I'm doing it. And now, you know, we had friends of mine on, and it's like 2 guys drinking coffee and you're a fly on the wall. And there's been over 1 million listens. Do you hear what I just said? People are like crazy out there. We don't know that. There were 1 million listens to these podcasts. Will I do it again next year? I don't know. I'm hoping 20 other coaches do them so I can stop doing it. Then I don't have to do it. But right now, I'm like the only coach that does it. So now I'm done until the tournament's over. So I'll spend no time on it. And I didn't for this. I let him hear my news conference and my talk to my kid, and that's it. And I told him, I'm focused on this right now, and I'm not even going to spend 30 minutes on that. And so I won't. But when it's all done, probably do a couple more episodes, and that's it, and then figure out if I want to do it next year.
Right here.
Cal, you said right before the season that you thought Bam could sort of be on a track like Carl and Anthony, and that he'd get better and better and better as the season went on. Maybe didn't look that way for a little while, but is he kind of exactly what you thought, and how important? You've said if you don't have a post presence, you're a fraud.
Right. And let me say this. This kid, how many of you are frustrated he doesn't get the ball enough? Like, you are frustrated, media. You don't even have a dog in the hunt. Like, give him the ball. He never says a word. Never says one word. One time he came up to me during a game and he said, Coach, you may want to tell him to throw me the ball every once in a while. And he smiled, and he and I laughed. That's the only time he said anything. He just plays. Kenny Payne at halftime. I can't believe, throw him the ball. You know, I mean, and it's not that the guys are selfish. It's that they're playing too, and we're trying to figure each other out. But he's gotten better. Again, the biggest thing is he can guard 5 positions. Look, when you can guard pick and roll the way he does, you have great value. When you can make free throws, it means you can shoot. Now, all of a sudden, you're skilled with the ball and you're athletic and you can fly. That's not normal. There's only one in 5 years like that. We've been lucky at Kentucky because we've had some guys that are bigger. Now, they're bigger than him, but they're 4s. That's what he's going to be. He's a 4. He's not a 5.
Right here.
John, something I've always been curious about, just times this year where you've gotten after Isaiah really hard and he's come back at you just as hard. You see it with DeMarcus Cousins. I was just curious about your take on coach-player interaction and how that's changed from 30 years ago. But,
I was the same way.
Zero tolerance?
No, I was the same way. Look, many times I'm getting on a kid because I don't think he's shown enough emotion or energy. Like, you got more than this. Okay, now play that way. You're just trying to get them to show they're alive. Are you alive? Like, you look like you're going. So many times I'm doing that. If there's a time that I don't need it to come back, I'll say stop, and they'll stop. Short of that, I'm Italian, I'm emotional, and I expect them not to be. And they're in this game flying up and down, and I'm sweating and losing my mind, and I get on a kid, but you can't say anything? Don't you say one. What? I've had guys come back at me. I can remember back in the UMass days. We could be more physical then. You can't be physical now. Back then I was stronger and more agile than I am right now.
Over here.
Coach, you've hinted at it a little bit. Is there a challenge with an unknown and late start, especially with how people know diets and rest, and you add in all the sports science stuff, but then, I mean, it could be 9:30, could be late.
Right. Yeah, and that worries me. But the thing that worries you more is you got the youngest team in the tournament. They've never been in this tournament setting. You're trying to talk them through, but you can't. They have to feel it. And we have veterans that I can go to, but we'll see. You don't know. I mean, that's what makes this tournament what it is. You don't know. You may think you know, but you do not know. And, teams upsetting team, that's what the whole tournament's about. You just don't want to be one of those teams that gets upset. Let it be somebody else.
Anything else? Right here in front.
Hey there, Coach. And NKU is kind of in the same boat here, but what does it do for a team's confidence to make the trip just right up 65 to Indianapolis? What does it do to the confidence knowing that you're playing so close to home?
Well, we've played here a bunch. Indianapolis, when you talk about sites, Indianapolis, New Orleans, San Antonio, you're talking about the sites that really are so conducive to these things because everything is close. So when you come in, it's the whole environment, it's the whole, all of it. And, you know, we love playing in Indianapolis. I mean, I love playing games up here and tournament games or games in general. I mean, this is a neat city. They brought some Pittsburgh here, where I grew up, Permane Brothers. If you want to try your French fries on your sandwich, they brought Pittsburgh here. So we like it. But it'll be good for their fans, good for our fans, easy to get to. But, you know, Louisville, Dayton, think of the teams that are here that travel. Wichita travels. They travel. So it's going to be, if you have tickets, hold on to them. Don't put them in your pocket. Hold them in your hand. They're going to have value.
I hear.
John, I believe you said something Sunday about we're going to go see if there are any weaknesses in our defense, anything to work on. I just wonder if you discovered anything.
Well, you just got to be prepared for, you know, what if this happens? What if that happens? What are we going to do? You can't say, well, if the tanks come over that hill right there, guys, if you see the top of the tank, pray your rosary beads because we're going down. You can't. If they come over that way, what are we going to do? What's our options? What else can we do? We can't just cave in. We got to fight. We got to do something. And that's where you are as a coach at this time. But you can't give that all to the players. I will not, I refuse to overwhelm them with tape of the other team or more than what we do. We'll be prepared as coaches if we need to do stuff. But I want them to have fresh legs, fresh minds. They're not overwhelmed with video. Let's go play basketball.
Time for a couple more? Anyone?
Thanks,
John.
folks.